How did Harley Quinn end up in the current Suicide Squad team? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read it dramatically back to you all so you can understand it better. All alterations to the panel, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Now, this is a single issue that was used to explain how Harley Quinn joined up with the current Suicide Squad group. It came out twice, actually. Once as an April Fool's issue, and then again as a Harley Quinn Suicide Squad free issue. It's not really the easiest thing, being a supervillain and all. With all that's out there, all the hits you take can make a girl cry. That is, if Harley wasn't already an extraordinarily bored psychopath. One night though, Harley gets a ring at the door with a new, fresh sense of direction. When she opens up the door, she sees a folder with the card, Evil Anonymous, Supervillain Therapy Group. It's like Alcoholics Anonymous for bad guys. Maybe, just maybe this folder was left for her, Dr. Harleen Frances Quinzel MD, a doctor for supervillains. And her first patient will be, yes, the Man-Bat. He looks like he needs to be happy, right? Harley waits on top of the building until she sees him, and she leaps off to grab a hold. Once she latches on, she tells him that she's here to help, and he can go ahead and tell her all about his mother. Man-Bat tries to even himself out from Harley, but as he flies through the streets, he ends up flying and clipping his head on a fire truck, sending the two of them tumbling. Harley yells out that this really isn't the time for a bat nap. That and the police are aiming their guns at them. Normally, you wouldn't want to use your patient as a surfboard, but Harley is all about the unorthodox counseling techniques. The escape, though, doesn't get very far, as Harley and the Man-Bat end up tumbling down an alley. Harley gets up to check on him and sees that the Man-Bat is becoming a man. She cured him? This is it! This is her calling! She can be called a hero, right? First, she just needs to get away from the police, but don't think about that, she'll be a hero. But as Harley finally gets away, she starts to feel strange. Maybe it was the hit from the landing. But she remembers getting away from the cops and then seeing a mysterious person jump out of a car and reach for her. As she wakes up, she sees that she's in a psychiatrist's office. Why would she be here? And then there's a knock at the door. First, she needs her mallet, and then she tells the person to enter. The man enters asking if this is Evil Anonymous, and Harley tells him, why yes, go lay down and ignore the enormous mallet. She tells him first that she'll start with his name, and he tells her that his name is Killer Moth. Harley tells him to just call her Dr. Quinn. So what seems to be the problem, Killer Moth? I'm obsessed with moths. This is so amazing. She's a trained psychiatrist and a supervillain. She can use the two and cure the supervillains. She can even help people like Enchantress, Ratcatcher, whatever that is, Toyman, and Poison Ivy. Except Ivy's suggestion for therapy is a cocktail therapy. And as the sessions continue, things start to get boring. So Harley came up with a great idea. Her and Killer Moth should go on a field trip to recruit more patients. And she knows just where to start. The Scarecrow. Harley nudges him to go on, and then Killer Moth begins to hand Scarecrow their card, telling him how he feels so much happier now. And so can you, Scarecrow! All the while, Harley decides that maybe she should take one of Scarecrow's fear toxin canisters. Scarecrow, however, doesn't seem very ready to embrace the change after he sprayed Killer Moth with the toxin just so that Killer Moth will leave him alone. The others, though, she has an idea. A way to make her feel like her old self. She'll take all of that fear and weakness from her patients and use it against them. And she will be called the Quinn Pin of Crime. Harley tells the group actually, they're all villains here. So why don't they just enjoy the fear toxin? When Harley begins to breathe it in, she begins to see the heroes coming to stomp her. All of these heroes are just bullies. Superheroes are bullies. She just wanted to enjoy herself and they want to ruin everything. And like always, she soon finds herself captured once again. So how is it that Harley can get away from all of those heroes? By headbutting them. Really, it's all the heroes who are the bad guys. And then Harley falls over again. So what was all of that? Just some paranoia? The mysterious figure from before tells her that anytime a superhero comes on the screen in front of her, she gets really angry. Just when she has her epiphany, the heroes come in smashing her epiphany to pieces. And the pattern just repeats. The figure then asks her if she can offer her a world without superfolk. Would she like to be involved in it? Harley tells her, very much. But she does have one question. That whole Evil Anonymous thing. Miss Waller, was it real? Amanda Waller leans in and asks, does it really matter? And Harley tells her no. She just wanted to help. Amanda walks off and she hears a voice telling her that that was a new low for the moral paragon. And she says that she just needed to make sure that Harley was motivated. Now she is. Boomerang tells her, we care. And Deadshot tells her, it was harsh, but fair. So just tell them which of the capes they gotta kill first. So if you were kind of lost in this, because it was kind of all over the place, most of it was a hallucination that Harley was going through while Waller was basically programming her. Think something like Clockwork Orange. But now she is officially on Suicide Squad. As for the timeline, I guess it's safe to assume that Harley was all by herself doing the apartment thing, and then she joined the Suicide Squad, but there really is no set timeline that they've put out there. Don't forget, if you enjoy Harley Quinn storylines, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Comicstorian, subscribe to this channel, and give it a like. I'll see you next time right here.